All right, everybody, how's it going? It is the 11th. It's Veterans Day. So, here's to all of our veterans. And I know one of them on here is Michelle Voris, is one of our veterans. So, thank you for your service that you have done for us and anyone else out there. And, Mia's and my dad, our dad was a World War II veteran. Isn't that crazy? He didn't fight. He was in the Navy though, and he was on a ship. And my mom and his ashes are at Arlington. Pretty cool. Um, you guys, I'm just gonna do take a deep breath in, hold, feel that light rising up in you, feeling all that abundance in your heart, all around you and surrounding all those in your life with love, light, healing, and peace. Exhale. Happy Monday. Isn't that nice when you just like take a moment to breathe? Changes everything. Okay. Um, so I'm hoping that you all are happy with your back office numbers this morning. Um, it should be things like continuing to go. I really want people to understand how important this second pre-launch is. This is your opportunity. Been given a second chance at really pre-launching LifeVantage with this GLP-1, with all of our other activators, and just to really be sharing that with other people. Does that feel like good? Are you good with all of that? And, customer service, they're trying to hire people. They can't hire fast enough and train fast enough right now for the growth that's happening. So, I was talking to a consultant today and I just said, it's kind of a wonderful thing to be a part of something new. And you're one of the first. You're a new consultant, you're a pioneer in this beautiful launch, this huge opportunity. And sometimes there's those growing pains, but how beautiful to be a part of that and to say that you were one of the first. That when LifeVantage was, a smaller company and they're growing. So this is really important that we have the proper mindset and we have the entrepreneurial mindset to not be afraid to be sharing what we have. We've been sharing what we have for years and years and years. So, and we know that people, when they're activated, their bodies are going to just be way more receptive to everything else. I actually spoke to Joanne Shearparkin today because um, I had a customer, and you may have experienced this too, where they're not losing any weight, or they feel like they haven't lost any weight, or maybe a half inch, or things like that. Okay, so I have a really good explanation for this. Okay, and I want to read this to you because I think it's important. I want to put it in the Activate GLP-1, but I have to maybe take something out of it yet. I'm not sure, but because it's all her opinions. So, is she taking the products correctly? I would emphasize with her because she's like, I'm going to try it for 1 month more. That's her mentality. So let me just say, your GLP-1 hormone hasn't been working way more than 1 month. Okay. And so this is activating it. It's turning it on. So I just thought this was such a beautiful explanation. I would emphasize with her that the beauty of our products is that the inches are showing, because she lost like an eighth or half an inch, that the inches are showing that she is losing fat while maintaining her muscle mass. Her scale is not showing that. Second, in the research study, the average weight loss on average, a pound a week with our products, the weight loss is definitely slower because it takes time for our products to modify the gut microbiome. An unhealthy microbiome is not changed overnight, but can take months or a year. I know I have been there with my gut. Joanne's daughter has been taking the products for 3 weeks. Week 1, lost 3 pounds. Week 2, gained the 3 pounds back. Week 3, lost 3 pounds. She told me that it was just changes in water and body fluid shifts. She is not discouraged because she's committed to the long game with the products. Then Joanne says, I'm almost tempted to not show some of those photos of people with their dramatic weight loss in 4 to 5 weeks. Sometimes I think that we're setting people up to have unrealistic expectations. Maybe we should arrange or encourage people to weigh and take measurements once a month. So she has 2 home meetings at her Robson Ranch this month. And if anybody's near that area, it's South Phoenix, or I mean, it's the east, it's on your way to Tucson. But Cindy, I know you're way out there. So if that's something you wanted to go to, let me know and I can tell you when those dates are. But she's going to emphasize all of this, all the health benefits of increasing GLP-1 besides weight. So I would definitely, make sure we're educating, and I know you all are doing a great job on that, educating outside just the weight loss. The weight loss, I think, is a side effect, but there are some people who are, and I tell you, they're activated. If you've been activated, most of these people are having extraordinary results. So anybody, if you have any insight on that, or you have anything you want to comment about that, please definitely feel free to unmute yourself and share a little bit on that.
Yeah.
I could share a little bit. I really haven't had much change just yet. Um, so yeah, I weigh myself most mornings because I did break down and buy a scale because I don't like scales. But anyway, and then I bought the fancy scale that tells me all the stuff. So anyway, but my measurements, I definitely have lost like a half an inch here and there kind of thing. So that's looking good. I do know that things take time, so I definitely totally get what you're saying there, and it makes total sense to just not give up and keep trying. My thought was, am I doing something wrong? Am I taking this wrong? But I went by what everybody's kind of saying, the 2 tablets first thing in the morning when you first get up, and then give it a half an hour, and then the drink. I might not be drinking the powder at the right time, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, I'm definitely very hopeful. I do find that I don't feel like cravings as much as I used to for sugars and things like that. So that's positive, of course. And yeah, so there's me. So thanks for asking. Just, anybody speak up.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Janet. Yes, Isa.
The only,
Oh, Jack, sorry.
the only thing I've got a scale I've had for about 10 years that gives you percent body fat. And that's the only thing that has changed in 10 days. And it's gone down, not a lot. My weight has pretty much stayed the same. I haven't done measurements. I was going to do that at the 2 week mark. But I've noticed that when I do weigh, my percent body fat has been decreasing slowly.
Awesome. That's good.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, Isa.
Woo! I took a sip of coffee and it went down the wrong way. I I think I'm a good person to speak to this because I I have not been weighing, you guys. I've not been weighing because many of you know that's a total trigger for me, as is the measuring. So I have been taking this for my mental health, and I feel, I mean, I'm the best person, I think, not the best, but I'm one of the great people to connect people with if they're saying, well, what else does this do? Because I can say my sleep is better, my anxiety is better, my preoccupation with weight is pretty much non-existent. I'm eating healthier. I'm eating more than I used to, which is good because
Are you
I
eating
underweight.
protein? Are you eating protein?
I'm trying, hon. But I just want to say, you
That's your
guys,
mama
but
talk.
I do notice my body is different. I notice I'm much more toned. I think I have lost some inches in my middle. My face, it looks more contoured. So ask people like, what else are you seeing? Because if you are just weighing yourself, this is a hormone, and we all know the scale goes up and down. And so I am seeing in the group, excuse me, I'm seeing in the group some people that are really quick to say, I think people are quick to say, like, this isn't working for me, and just throw their hands in. We know it works. There's the clinical trial. We know that activating GLP-1 has so many positive benefits. And so let's all try to think about yourself And what is your story that you're sharing, like other than the pounds? Because, and let's remember too, you guys, the 55 group, they all saw the biggest change at about that 12-week mark. That's 3 months. And so it seems like we're looking in the group and there's a lot of people saying like it's week 1 and I'm, this has only happened. Well, it takes time. And so also
Mhm.
I'm going to be really candid here. I think a lot of people, one of my consultants included, are experiencing constipation. And if you are increasing a lot of fiber, which is absorbs the water in your body, you think about a sponge, right? And it's absorbing the water. If you're not hydrating enough, I think people are constipated. I think those of us that have been activated longer, and our gut health is a little bit healthier, are maybe not experiencing as many digestive issues, but really just look at the whole picture. Look at the whole picture. And I know that that's what your point was, Marisa, but I think, like I said, I think a good person to say, I'm not measuring, I'm not weighing, I'm going by how I feel. And I
Mhm.
know that I will not stop taking this, because to me, it's like
Mm.
the best mental health tool that we have. So
Isa, this is huge. What you just shared, can you do a video today into Activate GLP-1 so
sure,
that we can tag people? What you just said here is so powerful.
sure.
And when you say I'm the best person to speak about this, I think you need to say that too. Like, you can say I'm one of the best people to speak about this because this isn't about weight, and weighting is a trigger for me. I mean, all those things are super important for
Mhm.
people to hear.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
thank you.
powerful. And Isa, do this on your I mean, do it in your personal social media if you feel like it. But
Okay.
that's powerful. Thank
Okay.
you so much for sharing that. That's educational. Mia, I want to go to Barb first, to Babs. Yes, because she was on the call last week, but we're so happy you're welcome. You're back, Babs, and you're bad. Babs is back and she's bad, and
Wow.
she and Karen and Mia are all working as a team together, and it's really nice. So,
Well, thanks. I just want to say I've only been on it 2.5 weeks or so, because you know I was lucky to get in right before it shut off. But when I first started, and I was only taking the recommended thing to take 2 scoops, but then so you're supposed to take the scoops for 1 week or 2 weeks.
it says 1 week. I actually started with 4.
Well, I'm concerned about not having enough and not getting any more till December. So I've been kind of trying to ration it out. And I think, that may be affecting my progress. But I have to say, originally, I definitely felt kind of like the things that Issa was saying, a clearer mind, less feeling of being overwhelmed. Like some of the things that Dawn was saying, helping me make healthier choices. But going on this 3rd week and not upping it is kind of, I don't feel all that as strong. So I think I have to up it. But I'm concerned about not being able to get more. And I just have to say, out of concern for telling people to order a ton of it, I can't afford to order a ton of it, like, and I just have,
I don't think anyone has said to order a ton of it. I think people
well,
have,
they said 2 to 5
if your
orders.
if your budget allows, yes. If your budget doesn't allow, don't worry about it.
But
Um,
that's gonna keep from, if we're having a lack of supply, if other people are
can't
ordering
go
like
to that
5.
mentality, Barb. You just can't go there. And you just have to know that they're doing everything they can to get it out. Most likely they're going to get it out by the end of December. And just know, if 2 scoops are working for you right now, or you say it may not be,
Yeah.
don't be fearful, because that's what you're attracting back. Okay. You're going to,
Well, I'm trying to address what I'm dealing with and what I'm thinking. So, I'm coming for solutions because I know this is where I can come for solutions. So, but I'm
well,
trying to be candid too with my
no, I
experience.
get it. I just would say,
So do you think I should go to the 4 scoops, is what I'm
If you
saying?
don't feel like you're doing enough, if it's working well for you, I would, because that way
Yeah,
you have you'll be able to compare a little bit.
right, yeah.
And you'll be able to see for yourself, and don't be fear about it not going to be there. We'll get it. We're going to get it. It may, what I try to say is, well, we we didn't have it before October 11th, and we all lived our lives. We're getting cleaner and we're getting healthier. And also, I think I heard, and I don't know where I heard this, people who had gotten off of it, I don't know if it was Club 55 or the 12-week group, um, they still felt the effects a couple of weeks after. Does anybody have any information on that they can share in this group?
Erica Dale said that. She was out for like 3 weeks before she could get more, and she still lost weight.
So,
Well,
yeah,
on the plus, on continuing on the plus side, which I want to share, I haven't been weighing and measuring, but I can feel my clothes looser, and I can actually feel like a part in the center. So I really think it, for me, it's going towards that visceral fat, and I can feel like a opening, like space where it's
Mm.
gone. So of course I want to share that too, because I feel like for me getting back in the game, that I'm kind of like the poster child, for who I'm trying to target, to share this stuff. So I loved what Issa said. And, I think that's why we come to these groups, to be able to, to like get it out there and know the truth.
yeah. So you are definitely experiencing success. So initially you said you were not, but you are.
No, I do feel like I'm experiencing success. I just, I feel a difference because because I feel I need to increase to the recommended dosage to the 4 things.
And
But
you're
I
a
was
little
trying to
fearful
stretch
about
it
it.
out because,
Yeah.
because here I am trying to be the experiment in my area. And then if I can't show that, but anyways, I'm excited. I'm still excited. I'm just,
Well, and this is one of the things, you guys, I would say, and I will call on you, Mia and Sharon. One of the things I would say is make sure that you guys have your orders in. And I would be, if your budget allows you to make sure that you did process now, we talked about that for November 5th auto ship. That way you're in the queue sooner. And that way you want to also talk to your people that are new customers to get to order it, and that they will get everything but the GLP-1 right now. And that's really important, that they're starting to get activated now, so that when they do get their product, it's going to, be, their bodies are going to be more receptive. Thank you, Barb. Do you like to be called Barb or Babs? Yeah, no. Type it in the chat, sweetie.
I actually like to be called BB, but any of
B.
them work.
Okay. You're so cute. I love you. Thank
Love you too.
Thank you. Mia.
So, hi everyone. A few things. I definitely feel like inches, well, I know they're down because I've been taking my measurements. Last week I was 7 pounds down, but I was a little bit not thinking I was being naughty, but they had M&Ms around this weekend and I was at this hotel, so I did have some M&Ms. So confessions, true confessions. And today I was a pound up. So anyway, whatever. It's going to fluctuate a little bit, but I feel really good and I feel mentally clear and I am sleeping so deeply, and I sleep next to somebody. I might make some sounds, but he really makes some sounds, and I feel like sometimes I'm sleeping next to the French horns, and I don't know that now. I mean, I am sleeping so deeply. So, poor Don, he's not on the Zoom to defend himself.
I am too, Mia. I'm really, is everybody else sleeping like deeper than they normally sleep? Wow.
I mean, like, whoa. When I wake up, I'm like, wow. And I usually wake up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. I'm not even doing
Yeah.
that.
Okay. That's awesome.
So,
Thank
but I do have somebody that texted me this morning who is saying, she's been talking about becoming a consultant, but she said, this is not working for me. It's been almost 2 weeks, and every time I make a shake, I get an immediate headache. I've narrowed it down to the stevia. I'm stopped taking it and would like to send back the second month supply. Let me know what I have to do to get a refund. I told her not to send back the second month supply. I said, I will buy it from you. you know,
Yeah, right.
but yeah, but, um, but I said, you're not alone, because I did have another new consultant who was dealing with that. And I asked Joanne, I actually reached out to Joanne about that other person. And like so many things, when they're incorporating something new into their strategy, they're going to possibly be detoxing, right? So she said definitely have them drink more water. Their body is being balanced. And so if she can bear it, if she can bear the uncomfortable side of things for a while to get to the more comfortable side, I'm going to have that conversation with her. Haven't had that yet this
Yeah.
morning. I just got this text before I got on the Zoom, but um, anybody have any other
Yeah.
things they want to add to that? Because that
I
would be
would be
helpful.
curious when she's taking the powder and if she's using it as a meal replacement. This is not a meal replacement, everybody. This is a drink, right? So if we're looking at it that we're on a diet, right, and you're only going to have this shake with water, which is how I drink it. I like it, but I have it with food. I was just thinking, I don't know for sure, but I'm just thinking, it's balancing blood sugars, it's adding fiber, right? But I'm wondering if she's trying to have this as her only meal, if you will.
Well,
And maybe it's a blood
that's
sugar.
a
You get
good,
a headache when your blood sugar,
yeah,
is
and
low.
that's a good point, Isa. I'll mention that because I do know she does. She's like pre-diabetic, so
Yeah, there you
that's
go. So just ask the
possibly,
questions and maybe
yeah.
encourage her to make it more, add it into a shake. Maybe make it. I did it for the first time the other day and added like spinach and blueberries, and I made it more of a shake.
Well,
Um,
and that's how I take it. I have a protein powder, and so I
mhm,
make a big meal with my protein powder, and I
yeah.
drink it that way. Or this morning I had a couple scoops in yogurt with granola.
Mm.
So I'm doing it that way too. Maybe I'll stick one scoop in a cup of coffee, although I've only had coffee probably 4 or 5 times since I've been on this for a month. So it's not something I want every day. But
Mhm.
anyway, thank you. That's
Yeah.
helpful, and especially because I think the blood sugar levels, that's what can cause a headache. So
And I think detox is a real thing, and everybody's body is different. And so people, this isn't, people didn't just gain weight in a week or two, right? And I know everybody wants immediate results always. So it's just really like 12 weeks, guys, 3 to 6 months, like commit whatever you can commit to, right? So I know Danny has her hand up, but I know Sharon LaBraca had her hand up. I can't see you, Sharon, so it's hard for me to if you want to unmute, but we'll go to Danny and then Sharon if you need to say something, and then Jolene, I'll go to you. And I also wanted to mention a couple of meetings that are happening here in Arizona.
Well, you know what, Issa, good morning. Sorry, I have morning here.
Don't be sorry.
I know I can show up on this Zoom looking like whatever, and it's okay. And I love that. So I've been on it 2 weeks, and I don't know, and these are kind of my questions, and I feel this is a safe group to ask, because I haven't budged anywhere. And I have about 5 pounds I put on since spring I want to lose. So, and you guys know me, I'm not big, I'm not, you know, so I think in general, people generally that have more weight to lose are going to lose their fluids, their water, and things like that first, any inflammation, right? I haven't really budged. I am experiencing a fair amount of bloat, gas, and some constipation. But I tell you, when I go to the bathroom, I feel so good and light. But Issa kind of mentioned that because I've kind of started on 2 a day, 3 a day, up to four a day this scoops this past week. And I'm like, yeah, And so I'm going to go back down to 3. And Issa kind of answered this to play with it because I wondered about people's size. You know, I'm 5'2", right? As opposed to maybe somebody who's 5'9" and a different weight. Maybe we need different amounts, or does that matter? Is this something that we're coming across? I just want to be prepared to answer other questions too, right?
I'm just going by what the recommendations are, for anybody's size. But yes, like someone like Joanne Shear-Parkin, she just did 2.
He's tiny.
Yeah, she's tiny. So I think, if people are delicate, I would definitely start with 2 and just like it recommends the first week and just see how that works for them. You may not need 4, but I think everybody's different. Isa, are you doing 4 or are you doing 2?
I I think for the most part I'm doing 4, but I was super bloated in the beginning. I was like, I don't know if, it took my body a bit to adjust to it. And then I started breaking the 4 up, Danny, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And
I didn't feel so full.
how long did you feel that way kind of before? Like I'm 2 weeks today. And
I split it up after that first week. I started splitting it up and that seemed to take care of it.
okay. Because the very first time I took the 2 pills, I felt like a zip going through my body. I was like, woo!
Wow, I haven't
And I
felt,
loved it.
wow, that's awesome.
I know. And what was my other question? Oh, just more water. But does it really matter when you take it, the powders? Does it really matter? Like
What?
before a meal, after a meal, first thing, later? Does it really matter?
I think you just take it whenever because it's not a meal replacement. It's
Okay,
not.
that's what I thought too, because I've tried different times. So I was
I
just
think,
wondering.
you know what? I had like yesterday, I ate breakfast. And I think a lot of times it might be really good for you to like have something with protein in it and then take it, I mean, you could, or take it along with it, you know what I mean? Because it's just not a meal replacement.
No,
But,
I don't take it as that.
and
I have to say, you guys that know me, I work for Nestle Chocolate and I'm a chocoholic to boot. I am not craving my chocolate after every meal like I was. Like it blows my mind. I just can walk by stuff and be like, yeah, whatever. So I assume I'm taking in less calories because I'm not taking chocolate.
yeah, and just give it a little time. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Yes, Jolene, thank you for waiting so patiently. And I know we'll start wrapping this call up. I do want to
Yeah,
mention a couple of things.
I'll be quick. I'm not a big person either. I haven't shifted a ton. The first week I lost a little bit, but then I gained. But I did start right off the bat with 4 scoops as well. I did notice the headaches. I was constipated for the first few days, but now but I mix. So this Axio cup holds like 26 ounces of water. I mix it full. So I fill it halfway, mix 2 scoops of powder with a scoop of Axio or half a scoop of Axio and mix it up. Then I add the rest of the water. So right there, you're getting a good chunk of liquid. The first week, I could not drink enough water. I was drinking more than 100 ounces a day, including like mixed, right? Including that in. And so I don't think that people are drinking enough water. If you're not getting at least 100 ounces, it's not enough. That would be my suggestion for anybody. And I'm still getting headaches, but I've been working out more and my muscles are tighter. So I think that's playing into my headaches, not the product.
Mm-hmm.
So there's so many variables and people are just so automatic to blame the product. Another thing that I noticed we had one of Jeanette's customers were in a chat and she's feeling the extreme bloating. And so we're like trying to answer things. And she says, oh, well, I'm taking this other fiber drink. Do you think that's too much? Yes, don't take any other fiber drinks. There's like 13 grams of fiber in here. So ask more questions. What else are you taking? Right? People might be taking, they're used to their habits and they might not be putting two and two together. So I just wanted to mention
Yeah,
that.
that's
Are
really.
they taking anything else that's high in fiber, and tell them to stop?
Can you do also a video today and put that in Activate GLP-1? I think that's really, really important. You guys, please make sure you're adding people into these groups, letting your MC2 or higher know that you're doing that. There's a couple people that are really good about it, and then, you know, it's important. And then also don't forget Vitality Living, right? That's a beautiful funnel as well. So Jolene, that's really important. I love what you were saying. Like, are you getting enough water? Are you getting enough? Are you getting too much fiber? But you know, we're supposed to be drinking what half our weight in ounces in water a day, which would be less than 100 ounces. So maybe we need to be up in that, right? Especially when you're taking this fiber because it's so high. Jolene, I don't know if you want to say anything more about that.
Well,
Um,
I like right now I weigh 125 pounds. I went up. But yeah, I've drank 100 ounces of water for years, like daily. The
mhm.
odd day, maybe not as much. But I found after about the 4 or 5 day mark, the thirst went away. And that thirst, Michelle did address in the GLP-1 group. So if people are curious about that, there is a post that you can tag them in that Michelle did regarding the thirst. But I would definitely recommend, you know, no less than 100 ounces,
Okay.
including what you mix, you know. So I'm doing, you know, my two things are, you know, that's a lot of water right there, even though
Exactly.
it's mixed with the fiber.
Okay, thank you. And then those of you that are doing, you know, your meetings, there was, oh gosh, in Activate Your, I think it was in One Person Big Difference social media shareables, was a Canva link, and I'm trying to find it for your opportunity presentations, and it's really, really good. Um, Does anybody know where that is? I'm actually looking right now. There's also a really good video story that I saw Maria Williams had posted, and then now it's in our One Person Big Difference social media shareables. And it's like a story about Protandem with John Quinones. So, you know, you could start really not figuring, if you don't want to figure it out yourself all the time, you know, there's some really good things in there that you need to have your new people know about it. But I'm not finding that shareable. But it's something that Dr. Dondi and Marcy Nettles, I'll find it. I think it's in our WhatsApp group as well, Arizona LV WhatsApp meetings group. So I'll find it and I'll put it. It's this shareable. It's really good and clean. And yeah, so I'm gonna find that. I'll scroll back and I was hoping to put it in. Here it is. Oh, I found it. Hold on. I'm gonna text it myself. Anybody else want to say something before we wrap up this call?
Well, I will just quickly share the reason I'm so late, like getting on at the end, is that I just had a great Zoom with a professional musician colleague of mine. We just played a string quartet recital together yesterday. And in rehearsal last week, she was talking with somebody else in the group during a quick break about how she's just having pain when she lifts her arm and some arthritis and all that. And of course, I'm sitting there going, now, do I say something right now or do I just stay quiet? And then she looked at me and said, actually, he's the one to talk to. Yes.
Nice.
So yeah, exactly. High five there, Lisa. So she got her cousin-in-law on. There was her neighbor also that she wanted to get on. She wasn't on, but we just finished it. And Nikki Elsing got on for third party. I tell you, let me plug the power of third party validation. It's extraordinary. I mean, her the cousin-in-law had some questions. She's knowledgeable about health. I couldn't have started to answer these in-depth questions. And Nikki got on and she just it was a home run slam dunk with, and then Nikki's so natural and it was absolutely fabulous. So let me not hold you all longer, but let me just say it was so great to have somebody else say he's the one to talk to, and then to have that third party validation. So they were both looking at it seriously. So that was a really fun win this morning.
Beautiful. I love that. Fantastic. Third party validation is everything. I want to thank Michelle Voris for popping on one last Friday, really quick. I texted her, I'm saying, I'm sure you're really busy. I've just got this lady on, and, she was so interested in the GLP-1. And Michelle just surprised me, popped on, and she was driving. And, she helped validate. And that really, there was a connection there that brings in a connection too, Dawn, right? It brings in this connection of, wow, there's community and I'm not doing this all by myself. And she's not the one just sharing this with me, or he. And so there's so much to that.
And also
And
the fact that it's so clear, like Nikki wasn't trying to sell a dang thing.
yeah,
Just sharing from the heart with her experience. And that was so evident to them. It was such a comfort level to just know she's just telling them about what her experience has been. So.
yes, thank you. All right, guys, this is a good call. Dr. Brimhall in Gilbert, Arizona tomorrow night. Saturday at 5 p.m. in Gilbert, Arizona is also Dr. Dondi and Marcy Nettles. They're going to be doing a presentation. So just letting you all know that. I know Michelle's got a bunch of Zooms happening, and she always is open and sharing those. We could repost those in Team Inspire Change, so you have those times. And then next Monday, Isa, I hadn't talked to Michelle yet, but Isa's going to lead the call. I'm going to be at in Pierre, South Dakota, leaving Thursday with Maria Williams for a quantum physics workshop that we're going to be doing. So I'll be back. I'll be flying at that time. So I won't be on the team call on Monday, but you guys will do a great job. So thank you very much, everybody, for being here. And your feedback is so important. So appreciate it. Thanks for all the sharing. We're learning. This is all new for all of us. So thank you so much. Talk to you soon.